I don't even know what's happening right here.
Here's what I'm seeing.
You see us?
Yeah.
All right, so we're talking. All right, cool. All right, whatever. What up, everybody? Welcome to AdamCast. I have no idea what's happening. I'm glad we are live. Thank you for letting someone actually hit me up on Twitter. Rohan, thank you very much. You letting me know that I'm live. And I'm going to just start by putting some of these on. Someone sent me these in the mail. I think you know what's about to happen. I think y'all know. I think you're ready. Are you ready for this? Bring it in. Bring it in closer. Bring it in. Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, that felt good. That felt good. Y'all better be smashing that like button. Smash. Smash. Hulk smash. Soy smash. Anyway, that was fun. All right, so welcome to AdamCast. This is great. I seem to have some sort of difficulty, but it doesn't matter because it seems to have worked. So welcome. Thank you for showing up. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all the comments. I mean, I can't see them, but a lot of you showed up, and I really appreciate you. So this is cool. We're gonna be. I got a certain somebody with me here.
Oh, holler.
Wait, there we go. This here is Ian Crossland.
Hey, everybody.
You may know him as Cosmic Garth, and he joined me a while back when we were, doing like a Timcast IRL coup when we took over the show and did the original AdamCast. But now we're officially doing our own, and it's great. We're gonna have a lot of fun. First and foremost, I just gotta give a shout out to Tim. Timcast, he's man, he is a great guy. He's a good friend of mine, and I just want to thank him a lot. I'm using his set, his camera. He called me up at the beginning of the year and said, "Hey, do you want to do this show with me? We can talk about life and just have a good time." And I love it. I'm having a great time. I really love my job. Now I'm starting my own show, and I couldn't be more grateful for Tim. So this is just I just wanted to take a second and just thank you, Tim. You're awesome, and I really appreciate you, man. So that's that being said, I also want to shout out whoever just sent me this book. This is pretty dope. It's Within the Ring of Fire. It's kind of like the a D&D for non-D&Ders. I guess it's like a completely different world. It's kind of cool. I'm kind of excited to get into that and see what that's about. So thank you very much for that. I know Ian's looking at it like, ooh.
Oh, yeah, like a cat looking at a string.
Yeah, you're excited about that. I know, it's all right.
XP for non-combat action.
So that's cool. So, before we're going to get into some stuff. We're going to talk about Dark Souls and why it may be the best game ever made. Now, arguably that could be controversial. I don't think so. I truly believe it is incredible. And we're going to talk about why. We're going to talk about what makes a good game. We're going to talk about remasters versus remakes. We're going to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake. What makes it good, what makes it bad. We're going to talk about other games. We're going to talk about what your games are, your favorite games.
I was thinking about this game, Tales of Magi. Have you ever played it? It's
No.
like 8-bit. It's a roguelike.
I can't
Hardcore.
Oh, there we go. No, I haven't heard that one. What is it called?
It's called Tales of Magi, like
Okay.
MAJ'Eyal.
What kind of a game is it?
It's a roguelike RPG, and you pick like one of like 15 different races and then 30 different classes or 20 different, and you unlock them through roguelike gameplay.
No,
and it's all turn-based.
Well, let's save it for the game talk.
Yes.
Before we get into it, I'm just going to introduce myself. Me and Tim kind of go on tangents about a lot of stuff, and a lot of people don't really know a lot about me, and I honestly don't really know much about you, Ian. I mean, I've known you for a few months now, and let's dig into each other. See who we are. I moved to New York when I was 19. I've been living in New York I lived rather in New York for 12 years, and I was modeling out there, doing some odd jobs, working all sorts of different stuff. I used to paint boards for a board company called Bustin' Boards, and I was actually a screen printer. I would screen print the boards, and I was riding professionally for them for a while, and then I switched and I started riding for Arbor skateboards. I kind of stopped modeling as much. I don't really I didn't. My heart wasn't in it. I wasn't. It wasn't fulfilling. Sure, the money was good, but I didn't feel fulfilled. I was always a musician the whole time. I played CBGB's a bunch of times before they closed down. That was awesome. I really enjoyed it. I played a few other places. Joe's Pub is a big spot that I played. And music was always a huge part of my life, but I never really did it professionally in a sense that I pushed myself. I was just doing it for fun. I was doing it to, show my emotional music side. It really was like my, what can I say, my journal. I would get my emotions out into the song, and we'll actually play some music. Ian's also a musician, and so we'll play some songs later. And then, I kind of fell out of the modeling scene. I kind of got sick of it. I was, it just wasn't for me. So I left. I moved out to California, and actually the Arbor guys called me up, and they're like, "Hey, you want to work at the Arbor shop?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. I don't know what I'm gonna do." So I started working at Arbor. A week later, a beautiful woman walked in, and she happened to be Swedish, and we chatted for 2 hours nonstop. It was just. And we never stopped talking, and that is now my wife. And it was great. I started traveling around with her. We traveled around. She's got an RV in Europe, and we drove around Europe a bunch. And I was bouncing back and forth, living here, living there, not really knowing what I wanted to do. And then that's when Tim hit me up and was like, "You want to do this? You want to do this show with me? And I got a skate park in my backyard. We can skate. We can do the show. Let's do it. It's going to be fun." And I was like, yes, why not? Absolutely. And I don't like to regret at all. You got to move forward. You got to learn from your mistakes and realize what you could have done better. And I made the right choice. And I always grateful for Tim. He really is an awesome dude for bringing me on.
It's really cool interesting how when you how you walked away from a job you just didn't love anymore and went off and did some menial thing just to find yourself and your passion, that true love enters your life.
Yeah.
It's very similar for me. I'll talk, I guess, a little bit about.
But before we move on, it's funny that you say that, because when I don't want to say I quit. You got to be in the scene. You got to be going. You got to be contacting your agency, seeing if they have any castings for you. And I just didn't like that. I was just like, I just want to do my own thing. And I ended up doing my own thing. And then that's when Chanel called me, and they were like, "Hey, you want to fly down to South Africa and skateboard down a mountain and that's, you said you saw that commercial?"
Yeah. Were you in LA when they contacted you?
No, I was actually in Sweden. So I was just traveling around Sweden, living in an RV, and they called me up and they were like, "Hey, you want to do the biggest job that you've ever done?" And it seriously was. It was an amazing job. It's the job that you want as a model. Like, that's like the pinnacle job. Like it was for Allure Sport. It was like I did a cologne for Cologne, and it was like, but they didn't hire me as a model. That's the cool part. They hired me as a skateboarder because I was a skateboarder riding for Arbor skateboards. I was kind of known in the longboarding world. I wasn't the best downhill skater, but I was a all-arounder. Like, pretty much any kind of board I can get on and I'll skate it, and I'll try everything. I'll hurt myself trying it, and just keep, busting my butt for the lack of wanting to say what I would say, but you know what I'm talking about. And it was fun. I had a great time. They flew me down to South Africa, and I got to. It wasn't even. I was in Cape Town, and that's where we landed. And we shot a couple things there, but we actually drove through the countryside like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, to this random cliffside road that was like right on the edge of the ocean that you would just. I was flying. They got me like a custom board, and it was awesome. It was really cool. And it was a great experience, but I gave up modeling, and then I booked this job. So it basically let me live even longer, not really worrying about having, something to do. And then, now here I am, and I'm having a great time.
It's on YouTube, that video. I don't know, is that their actual commercial, or is it like behind the scenes?
Is it the one where I'm just... they're interviewing me? Yeah. No, that's just the interview.
Oh. So
they're the actual commercial. It's like, you see shots of me doing, like there's a helicopter flying by. They actually hired like a legitimate downhiller. So it wasn't just me, actually. So half of the shots were me, half of them were this other guy who's a really awesome dude, killer skater, because we only had 3 days and we had so many shots that we had to do. So I can only I only know specific shots that I know are me. Other than that, it's hard to tell because we were both doing runs. So like he would do a run and the helicopter would follow him down, and then the helicopter would fly up and then I would do a run down. So because we were just like doubling up the amount of time to be able to get the shot. So it was really really interesting. It's like he was basically the stunt double.
Oh, awesome.
You know, but because I am a skater and I was able to do it, we both did it, and then we were able to rock it out in
they wanted
3
your
days.
face. Your
They wanted
visage.
the false.
They wanted the Crig.
Yeah, they wanted. I know it may be surprising, but beneath this hippie look is I guess a solid model. I don't know. I don't model anymore. So and if I am gonna model, it's gonna be for me. You know,
you're modeling right now. I guess in a sense, it's a different type. I know. So I used to model a little bit too.
Yeah.
Photography model. I was in LA.
Oh, cool.
And acting. You know, I went from acting to a little bit. My agent would get me a little bit of modeling.
Yeah, I mean, if you get the job,
empty.
you get the job.
It was. I can totally empathize with what you're saying about how the empty of. You become kind of a prop. You know, your job is to stand there and look pretty.
I mean, you're literally a prop.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what it really was? It was pushing product that I didn't believe in, for the most part. Fast fashion. It's part of the reason that we're in this mess right now. You know, I mean, there's a lot that we're in a pickle, if you can say that. And I don't know, just buying cheap products, replacing. I've worn this same shirt for 10 years. Like I don't need new stuff. I'm sick of that. I don't want to be the face of a product that people are just buying new stuff. It kind of, over time, I kind of got sick of that part of it. You know, that really tainted any enjoyment. The traveling was the best part, and the meeting random people. I got to fly to Alaska. I did American Eagle a couple times, and they flew me to Alaska, and I actually got to fly in a helicopter and land on a glacier in the middle of Alaska, outside in like the middle of nowhere. It was this dope glacier. Like I landed on it, and they were like, okay, you can't go over there. See that flag? Yeah, there's like a 150-foot crevice that you'd fall down if you go over there. So don't go over there. And I was like, all right, I won't. You know, and I was like in a sled, pretending to be sledding because it was the summertime. They wanted to do the winter apparel. So we had to fly to Alaska. So that was a lot of fun. So the traveling was great. You know, I've flew all over the place. You know, I lived in Europe, probably two years total. I lived in Italy for a while, lived in Paris for a while, just doing modeling stuff. So I got to travel, and they like put me up. They gave me an apartment. I had my own apartment in Paris, just like overlooking the Eiffel Tower.
Amazing city.
Yeah. Oh, it's really cool. So, you know, I really appreciate the life experience that I got, because even when I went to South Africa, you know, I went and I landed in Cape Town, and we actually, when we were driving to the location, we would go through these shanty towns, you know, and I had a driver. His name's Gilbert. Shout out to Gilbert. You're awesome, man. I love you, bro. That guy's great. I had my own personal driver. It's pretty cool. And he took me everywhere, and he was telling me about the towns, you know, and he was like, oh yeah, like this is, you know, no one has water. They have to walk to, you know, and he like would point out where the water is. And it really helped me gain more perspective on the world, like, and realize how good we have it here. And, you know, that's kind of the thing I've been saying a lot on TimCast IRL, because I feel a lot of people don't realize how good we've got it, you know. And they had to like walk with jugs of water to fill it up. And then, you know, the whole thing with water in South Africa, they can only take a limited amount. I don't know if it's still the case, but they were having issues with that. So it's, you know, the experience that I gained through modeling was of life and seeing the globe and different spots. It was a really good experience. And I got to meet a lot of people around the States. I got to go to really cool small towns. Like I went out to Athens, Georgia for Replay Jeans. It was an Italian jean company, but I met some really amazing people out there, you know, really amazing. That's Nancy. If you're watching, probably not. She has no idea, but she's cool. Shout out to Nancy. She's got a really dope house in Athens, Georgia. But yeah, that experience I would never let go, you know. So it was really good.
Did you have a defining moment or something that struck in your memory that was like the job that you got where you realized this is nonsense, you don't want to do it anymore?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was what was it? I think it was Converse. I did a Converse campaign. No, it wasn't Converse. No, I don't remember who it was for, but it was clear that they didn't really care about the quality of the product, because I was wearing the shirt and it was like there was holes everywhere. The jeans were filled with holes, and they're like, "Oh, this is the thing now." It's like people buying like holy jeans that are all ripped up, and like that's the cool thing. And it's just like, I don't remember who it was for, but I looked down and I'm like, man, this is the product that like people are gonna buy this, and it falls apart. I mean, as a skater, because I've been a skater the whole time, I shred my clothes. So when I was really heavily skating in New York, I would rip my clothes apart. My jeans would fall apart all the time. So I was actually buying clothes more often, and I realized how important it was to get quality clothes. And my friend, actually, Travis and Jenica, started a company called Push Culture. I don't think they have this company anymore, but it was really a dope company because it was skate gear designed for falls, and like it had like I don't remember what's the name of the material. Anyway, the butt was like this specific stuff that you can slide on. Oh. The knees had like specific stuff that you can slide on, that Cordura. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure on that, but really good quality stuff. And I started appreciating quality clothes, and it made me appreciate the modeling clothes that I would model less, because it's like, oh, new season, new stuff, get the new stuff out there, whatever, made in China, made in wherever it wasn't America, it was like shipping the new stuff. Oh, the old stuff, whatever, get that out of here. We don't care about that anymore. And it's just like, oh, like that's, I saw it, I was in the industry so much that was such a turnoff to me, because I was, I am kind of hippie-ish, I want the world to go on cleaner energy and work towards like a free, I would say free energy, but an energy source that's not dirty. I want to help the environment, and the modeling industry was such a representation of the opposite of that. So the more I did it, the more I was like, oh.
That's great. You mentioned fast fashion like multiple times since we've been hanging out, and how horrible it is. And I know if you're unfamiliar with fast fashion, I mean, it's a concept that people are just churning out clothes that they come in, you wear them. Next season, you're going to buy new ones. They're cheap to make. I've probably done a lot with slave labor or something. I would imagine. Yeah,
definitely.
And you were in it. So now I'm starting to understand why you see fast fashion as so dangerous, because you were there in that industry.
Yeah, I saw how much it was just this. I mean, really, you can apply it to any industry. It's not just fashion. It was just kind of like that was my in to kind of understanding this overconsumption that the Western civilization has, because we overconsume food, cars, everything, it's just like we just, we're not appreciating the right things. We buy new stuff, and that's where we get our dopamine kick. And, we go on the internet and get likes, and that's where we get our dopamine kick. Whereas back in the day, it would be like, I had all my friends over, and we were having a great time, and I got my dopamine kick, or sitting on stage playing CBGBs, with everybody I knew in New York. And that was the dopamine kick. Like last night I played a song and 20,000 people were online watching us. And it's like, a lot of you were there. And I really, I guess over here, yeah, a lot of you were there. And I appreciate all of you for being there, and that is the dopamine kick that I love. I want that natural, I want to bring that back to everybody if I can.
Even throwing a baseball is like,
dude,
probably such an
do you
important
ever play sports?
I used to when I was young, like 5th or 6th grade.
You know what? Let's dig into you, Ian. Tell us about yourself.
All right. I'll start.
Where did you begin?
Well, I started in Ohio. Did most of my young stuff in like, middle America. 50,000 people in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. Mm-hmm. Always wanted to kind of get out. I knew there was something way bigger. This was in like the 90s and the 80s.
Turn your mic towards you a little bit more.
Hello.
Yeah.
And so I always wanted out. It was before the internet, really. The internet, I was born in 79, so the internet kicking around when I was like 12 or something, or 14.
Okay.
Moved to New York when I was 21 to be an actor. I started studying theater, and did that for a year out there. I went to Chicago for 3 years and continued doing theater. Actually, I went to New York right before 9/11, like September 5th.
Oh, wow.
And so
6 days.
Yeah. I didn't have a job. I was about to start temping.
Yeah.
And the buildings came down. The entire city ground to a halt. I couldn't get a job, unemployed. I ended up temping at Ground Zero for like 3 months.
Good for you. That's awesome.
It was so weird, dude. And
Just
I have
helping.
the mask.
Yeah.
I still have it with the original filters. I'm gonna bring it.
Wow.
So we can smell what it smelled like at Ground Zero.
No way.
And they're dirty, they're nasty. So don't inhale huge whiffs, but it's like a to be able to smell the past.
Yeah. Wow.
I went to Chicago, did acting there, did a lot of theater friends, went out to LA, and then got into TV and film and did commercial stuff. And that's when I started to kind of get what you were talking about, this vacant, this empty feeling. Like I remember particularly I had a Wendy's commercial I did, and they were like, your line is, I don't care what's in it, it just tastes great.
Oh, that's the line?
It was disgusting. That was right when I was waking up.
Oh, man.
Oh, foul.
I don't care what's in it.
Everything I didn't believe. So that was the moment where I realized I can't be a fraud anymore. I can't be a fraud for cash anymore. I need to, and I got into YouTube videos. Wow. That was like 2006, and I saw the potential of the internet and internet video, and you know, it's just now I'm seeing Will Smith started a YouTube channel like last year or something. But
yeah, he stayed out of the like the social media realm for a while.
It's easy when you're rich.
And he just started getting back. I was watching Kevin Hart on Joe Rogan. Kevin Hart's a beast, dude. He is inspirational. Yeah, I love Kevin Hart, man. I love that guy. He's great. He really inspires me. And if you don't know Kevin Hart, you should know Kevin Hart. He's great. He's funny and inspirational, and we need more people like him. Yeah. But he was talking about that. Oh, man, I got distracted by Kevin Hart. What were you saying?
About Will Smith starting.
Yeah, he was talking about
recently.
how Will Smith had been out of the limelight, I guess, and he just decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
It's great.
And now he's blowing up again.
Huge on YouTube.
Will Smith, just boom.
And any of those, someone that's a famous person that wants to start a YouTube channel, you're gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Movie stars and shit. Oh, you know,
So I can't see. Oh, wait, look! I can actually.
Yeah.
Maybe I can go into this
and then read the chat.
Let me see if I can close this or open this.
Oh, you want me to? James McHale wants me to get rid of the filters, dude. Asbestos. What other chemicals?
Oh, I can go back into it. Oh, yes.
Debris.
I can see people talking
Adam
again.
Can see you guys.
Yay! All right, cool. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, so the YouTube studio quit on me, but it didn't stop the stream. So we got you got a bunch of people in here with us. Thank you guys for showing up. Whoa, wait a minute. 1.3K likes and 1.5K people here. Thank you so much. You guys were smashing that like button, huh?
That sounds like some smash.
No. Go ahead, you smash it. You want to smash it?
I want to.
That's it right there.
I want to make love to this thing with my hand.
Yes.
Smash that.
Smash.
Are you a big fan of the Hulk smash?
Oh, you guys. Oh, now I can see you saying hi to me now. This is great. All right, cool. Yeah. Anyway, I'm really happy you guys are here with me. Seriously, I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So wait.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't want to sidetrack from talking about you. So you were in LA. You were starting to realize how empty it could be. Wendy's told you this stuff. Continue your story.
I did this show called Aliens in America, which ran for a couple seasons. I did the pilot.
Okay.
And we launched the show, so I felt really like, I'm doing it. I had some management with CBS from old CBS, but then man, the industry started to get its tentacles around you, and they're like, Ian, don't make. I did a YouTube video where I was talking about got hit in the face by an ex. I was letting my life out on the internet, and they were like, stop making videos. I had this realization. I was like, well, you found me through my YouTube videos.
Right.
Now you're trying to get me to.
Why would I stop?
So I had to kind of I said goodbye to that. The entertainment industry was very weird. So I fell into this depression. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I'd geared my whole existence towards acting. And then I met Bill Ottman, who's actually in the other room right now.
Right, yeah, I just met Bill. He's a good guy.
And he is the founder and creator of Minds.com.
And you were a co-founder, right?
Yeah, he contacted me because he had been watching my YouTube stuff and was like, hey, you want to come out and help me start Minds?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so what's Minds? Tell us about Minds.
It's an open source and free software based social network that has a lot of features that you can find on a lot of popular social networks like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, but it's with free software, so you can verify that it's not tracking you, or whatever is going to get tracked. You can see what it's tracking, and it really doesn't track much.
Okay.
And I think it's the future of technology if we're going to, survive against incoming AI is that we need free software so that we can verify the code and what the code is instructed to do. Because if you have a private software code that has police robots, you don't know what their actual job is. That's very dangerous.
And you were explaining to me how this could be a key to basically protecting ourselves from AI, right? Yeah. In a sense, because we can see what the program's doing.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is when AI starts to gain true sentience, it'll start to write its own code. And then if the code is private, like Facebook's code is private, Instagram, Twitter, all their code is private, proprietary, we won't know what it's writing. So it could be writing malicious stuff and we won't know. If it's free, and it starts to write its own code, we'll at least be able to witness what it's writing. So even if it goes haywire and starts commanding itself to destroy, we'll at least know. And then we'll be able to go back and see how it got there and maybe learn from it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I could also imagine an AI that's so developed that it's like, yeah, you want to put a software code on me, screw you, I'm going to be private. Well, I'll trick you. But so I don't know. But it seems like one way that we might be able to coexist with AI peacefully.
So do you know much about Neuralink?
Not much.
I think that's what. So Neuralink, for those who don't know what it is essentially Elon Musk is designing this chip that has these fibers that are smaller than a human hair, and they actually go into the back of your skull, and they attach these fibers onto your actual brain. So they actually do like a little hole and put these fibers into your brain and connect you to the chip. And it essentially what is doing is connecting you to computers in a new sense. And he actually tweeted out, I think like 3 days ago or something, that the next evolution of Neuralink they're going to talk about it maybe August 3rd, I think. August something is like the next evolution. So I don't know how, I mean, man, technological advances. But I think what his plan is to kind of get us ready for AI in that sense that we can connect to it and become AI almost ourselves. I mean, we are all connected, like the interwebs, everything, we're all becoming so interconnected with social media and all this stuff. And it's, if we connect it to it, and if it's free software, so no one can maliciously add stuff, because if it is free, right? Like, I feel like you know more about this than I do. And if someone writes like a malicious code, pretty much everyone will see it.
Everyone will.
And they'll be like,
on GitHub,
that's malicious. Like, let's get rid of that.
Yeah. And you'll see who wrote it, potentially. You'll be able to track it, at least.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know how easy it would be to track who wrote it exactly, but exactly, yeah. With free software, so the difference between open source software and free software is that in an open source system, you could write a private piece of it. You could take the open source thing, change it, and make that private. But when it's free software, if you take it and change it, all the changes remain open to the public. So it's like a constant compoundization of content.
But open source. So
but it
everyone
remains
can see
open.
It. Yeah.
Called free software.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like GPL, General Public License, is one of the licensings.
So that's Minds. Minds is free.
It's like a combination, I believe.
Well, it's not free per se, but the software itself.
That's a big part of it that's, I think, confused people, is that the word free, because it has a lot of meanings.
Yeah, you're right.
It doesn't cost anything, or does it mean that you can walk around without getting shot out in public? It's kind of like, we're free in the United States,
right?
But you still got to pay rent.
Yeah, exactly.
Minds, you
still have to follow specific laws, to exist here.
Yeah. That's
legally
very confusing. That some people want to call it Libra software to kind of delineate between that you can make it and sell it, even though it's free. You can still sell it.
But if it is free software, couldn't anyone just go and look at it and copy it?
Yes.
And be like, I'm just going to use this software for myself. Could you sell that then? How would that even make sense? If it's free anyway, you could just show up and like, oh, here's the code. Obviously, you have to understand coding, so maybe you should learn to code.
That'd be a good idea to learn to code.
Just kidding.
But
no, I guess
definitely learn to code.
I guess you can't say that anymore right now. I don't know.
Teach kids how to code.
Honestly, I started to learn how to code because you and I have actually spoken about video games and designing some games. I told you about one of the games that I Soul Frontier. Yeah. And I have a game that I'm working on. I haven't told any of you this, but it's dope. I'm really excited about this game. It's going to be really cool. Ian really thinks it's a good idea. And I can't really say much more than that. But if you are a game designer and you want to get in touch with me about getting going with it, I think you know some people too, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so we should get on that. We kind of stopped because you left for a while.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got really busy with Timcast IRL because I did not like being in the dark. I don't like being ignorant of what I'm talking about. I don't like that. It felt like the first 2 months of Timcast IRL was Tim explaining things to me, so I couldn't. That was essentially the episode, was like Tim explaining what was going on, and I would have my input, but it was after I had learned it. And so it was kind of like, now, I'm getting to the point, this is what I'm doing. I'm just like researching stuff and being, knowledgeable, which I suggest for everybody, because it just makes life easier. Having a conversation with someone who, is an emotional mess, you can talk to them easier because you're knowledgeable about everything that's going on. If they come at you with some facts, and then you're like, actually, that's not true because of X, Y, and Z. Sometimes, you'll get that one person who'll be like, oh, thank you. I didn't know that. That's great. So thank you for that. So we kind of stopped talking about it. You were, what were you up to?
I went to LA with Emily Molly, who is helping run what was formerly Subverse, now Scanner.
SCNR.com. You can check it out.
They're doing on the ground news reporting, covering things as impartially as possible. Yeah. And they moved headquarters out to LA. So me and Emily went across the country, and I set up over there for like 2.5 weeks. I noticed when I came back, you were like a different man. I was like, what are you up to, man? You were like, I'm researching.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit. That's cool.
No, you know what it was? It was sitting in this spot and you being my co-host. I'm dead serious. Something changed in me that those few weeks when Tim went to do Joe Rogan. For one, sitting in this seat, running the show is a lot different than sitting over in the co-host seat, because it's really easy to respond to Tim. Timcast IRL is called Timcast IRL for a reason. He is very knowledgeable about everything that's going on. I constantly am learning new things from him, and it's great. He really helps me understand stuff, and it's great. It's a lot easier. But when I took over, I was running Timcast IRL, where this is AdamCast IRL. This is way more chill. Like I don't even have any subjects pulled up. We always have like a set plan for Timcast IRL, and it really is. It's great. Me, Tim, and Lydia all discuss pretty much an hour before the show. We sit down and kind of, line up the subjects and have a plan. Ian was playing Magic with Tim until like 7:30, and I'm like, oh man, we should probably get in there.
All right, I can see it.
And prep for the show. And I was like, I'll go get it ready, I guess. So
my job prep for today's show was play Dark Souls. And Adam last night was like, have you played it yet? I was like, I'm still getting it loaded. I can't figure out the controller. And he was
for
like,
the past 3 days, I've been like, have you played Dark Souls yet, Ian? And he's like, no, man.
But
I'm like, dude, you better play some Dark Souls or get out of here. I'm
so
about to fire you from AdamCast.
That's what this show's about. Dark Souls.
Yeah, well,
games as opposed
to
podcast.
I guess technically I wasn't exactly honest. I do have one subject we're going to talk about, and that's games. Talk about how Dark Souls, the franchise of Dark Souls, is possibly the best game series ever made. I love it. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's dive into it right now. I love it. All right, so listen. I love Dark Souls. Dark Souls, man, I've had moments of anger, happiness, sadness, crying. No, I never cried, but I actually have a friend who is a good buddy of mine, lives in Texas, and I drove past there when I was moving, and I brought in my PlayStation, and I was playing Dark Souls 3, maybe Dark Souls 2 at the time. And he was like, whoa, what is this game? I'm like, oh, this is Dark Souls. You don't know about Dark Souls? And he's like, no, I don't know anything about it. And I was like, oh, here's the controller, play. And he started playing, and he died a bunch of times. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't worry about it. You're going to die, and you will die again, and you will die again. So when I moved on, because I was just moving across the country, just stopping by to say hi. And he hit me up like a week later, and he said, so I just beat Dark Souls 1, and I just beat Dark Souls 2, and I just beat Dark Souls 3. I'm obsessed. I'm getting Demon Souls now.
Right.
And then he hit me up. He was like, dude, I've never been more angry at a game because Demon Souls is people think Dark Souls started with Dark Souls 1. They don't know much about Demon Souls, which actually is just getting it's going to be, I don't know if it's a remake or a remaster actually.
I'll look up that real fast.
I think it's just a remaster. I'm pretty sure it's just a remaster. You guys out there, do you know if it's going to be a remaster or a remake?
This says remake.
It is a remake.
The next one says remaster, so I don't know.
Interesting.
It says both. Remake, remaster. See, these people are conflating the terms.
I know. Actually, you know what? It's interesting. I have, let's see. I have this pulled up here from Serious Gaming, and it is the difference between a remake and a remaster. Now, I have my own opinions, and I probably don't even need to go into this. I bet you and I can just talk about what a remaster is versus a remake. You know, because there's this game, I don't know if you know, it's called Final Fantasy VII. It's one of the best games also ever made.
I do agree.
The original, I'm talking. Not the remaster or remake. Although the remake, I personally, I thought it was fantastic. Now, I've read about a lot of people are upset about the remake because I don't necessarily want to spoil some stuff, but it's been out for a few months now. You didn't play it, right? The remake? But you played the original?
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially, this is spoilers. I have to spoil it a little bit because to talk about it, the remake, the bad guy in the story is Sephiroth. Actually, he's one of the bad guys because that game has multiple layers, and it's really cool how there's Shinra, the corporation, who's trying to milk the planet of Mako energy, or Mako, as I guess that's how it's pronounced. I never really I always called it Mako.
Me too.
Mako.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in the new one, the remake. Sephiroth he knows that he's going to lose because he lost in the original game. So these ghosts start appearing, trying to keep the timeline intact. And Sephiroth is kind of, because he knows that he's going to lose, he's trying to change it, in a sense. So I have to kind of go into the game a little bit more. I know we're veering around here through the game world. So the remake is fantastic. It's different. It's a change. They change up the story. It is truly a remake, and I'm happy about it because I loved Final Fantasy VII. I put hundreds of hours in that game. I mastered all the materia. I beat all the end bosses,
all the weapons,
everything. I got it.
Gold chocobo,
100% gold chocobo, everything. You know, so I did it all in that game. I love that game, but there's something about that game that I'm missing. Multiplayer. And I think that's huge for gaming. And that brings me back to Dark Souls because Dark Souls has it all. You can play with your homie. You can invade someone else's world and kill them while they're just trying to play the game. It has ranking system. It has covenants where you can join in and attack the people that invade other people, like kind of like a police system in a sense. You know, there's items, there's leveling up items, and, you know, it's not complicated. You know, there's an armor system, and there's, hold on, I don't want to get his name wrong. Hidetaki Miyazaki. All right, so this, I watched an interview with this man. This is the director and producer of From Software, and that's the name of the company, From Software. They're the ones who made Dark Souls. And in an interview, he says he wants to make every single enemy an experience. And this holds true. It's really an incredible game because it's not a hack and slash. And I love that about this game. It has every single swing of the sword is important. You know, you swing the sword, and it has consequences because it has a timing, it has a weight to it. So and then you have to bring the sword back to swing it again. So there's a lot of like nuances that this game kind of brings in, and it makes it realistic.
I went up on the skeleton earlier. I was playing earlier to kind of crush for the show.
Yeah.
And I ran up on the skeleton with a sword and a shield, and I was just like, oh, here we go. Because I didn't know. You know, they're sneaky. They're you don't know what they're going to do next. And he lunged at me, and I just kind of stepped back, and then I jumped in and just stab, and killed it.
Yeah.
And it was so rewarding.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll remember that. Like, that's a memory.
Just a skeleton. That and that's just like the starting character, you know, a regular enemy, you know, and it happens with every single enemy you meet in that game. And that's what I love about it. It adds this realism that you don't get with other games. Hack and slash games, you know, it's flashy, there's bright colors, they're trying to manipulate. In this game, there's no flashy colors. I mean, there's spells, but there's no, you know what I'm talking about? When you hit something, it's like flash.
Oh, yeah, there's
and
no
then
like
it's
red
like
explosion.
flash, 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 flash. Numbers, bing, 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 like a true hack and slash. And it's like, sure, they're fun, but they lose their luster so fast.
Yeah, very
so
distracting,
fast.
like Diablo.
Yeah.
Do they show that stuff in Diablo?
So it's interesting you bring up Diablo. This is a game that you can call it kind of a hack and slash. It is more in line with a hack and slash than Dark Souls, especially. I mean, Dark Souls, I feel, is like it's a breed unto itself so much that now there are Souls-like games. That's what they're referred to as, you know, because it's set a precedence for what a good quality real game is like, and it really shows when you play the map itself. It's this interconnected maze that like you just started, right?
Yeah.
So you have no idea like the maze network of like just going from level 1, which there's no level 1. Well, yeah, right where you start would technically just be level 1, but then you can go in many different directions. And I don't know if you chose, but you can choose a gift. If you choose the master key. I
did.
Okay, so you can go in places you shouldn't technically go.
How do you use that thing?
I don't know if I want to tell you.
Okay.
I mean, I could.
Well, maybe later.
I could tell you if you really want me to.
I'll coax you into it.
So you can skip bosses. You can go to like the end really quickly if you know the map. But if you don't, you're gonna be clueless. But the thing is about the Dark Souls world, when you beat a boss, that section of the world kind of is closed off to PvE or PvP, so you can't get invaded anymore. But you also can't summon people to help you. So, you know, this kind of brings me into why co-op is so important. We are, you know, a social species. We're human beings. You know, we want to be in a community. And not only that, we want to win. We are also, you know, like a competitive species. You know, we got to where we are from being competitive. Like, we like to win. And honestly, that's why we're here. So you got this PvP system, and you know, there are griefers that will just make a low-level character, and they're really good at the game, will just invade new players and kill them. But isn't it exciting when you get invaded and you kill them for the first time? It is, you'll know. You're going to hit me up, dude.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, dude, I finally killed somebody.
Oh, it's
and your heart will be racing. There's something about like having that interaction and then winning. You know, it's kind of like why people like sports. You know, it's rooting for something that you can, you know, that isn't war. You know, because think about thousands and thousands of human civilization has just been war. And what would you root for? For your king to win. And so, you know, you don't get invaded and enslaved, I guess, you know. So now we're in this time where it's like the civilized world, if you will, you know, where sports, I mean, now sports are canceled. We don't have sports anymore, but they'll probably be back. I'm sure they'll be back because people want that. They want that camaraderie to like, you know, be able to be like, we beat you, we're winning, like, yes, everybody likes to win. And gaming really brings that. So like a good co-op game has, number one, you can play with your friends. And in Dark Souls, you can summon people to help you out. And if you're invaded, you can summon people and fight, you know, 2v1. And you can even like put a sign down and have people pull you in to just fight you. So there's like, not just being invaded, you can actually have like honorable battles in this game too. So there's so many different aspects to it, and I love that. And you mentioned Diablo, and I want to talk about Diablo a little bit. This game right here, man, I ran a clan in this game. I was so obsessed with this game. I straight up gave the disc to my mom. I said, Mom, by the way, hi, Mom. I know you're listening. I said, hide this from me. And she did. She took it from me. She hid it in her closet somewhere. And I bought a new one like a week later. I straight up just
had a similar
bought
experience
a
with
new
Warcraft.
disc.
Yeah, I took it out and smashed.
2 weeks later,
It's that, I mean,
it was like, Mom.
when I was first
Take
starting
this.
YouTube
Go ahead.
videos, I was like, I can't keep gaming. It was consuming my life, and I was like, I want to do YouTube more. It's more engaging, more collaborative, more even more, co-op in a way. So I took my World of Warcraft CD and smashed it and threw it in the sewer.
Wow.
And it was 2 years later I bought it again.
I never played World of Warcraft.
Probably better off. If you like MMOs, it's one of the best for its time, in my opinion.
I know I would like it. I played, what game was it? Phantasy Star Online.
Oh, I haven't played it.
It was a while ago, PS2. And I got a keyboard so I can talk. And I loved it because there's so much fun playing with others, fighting a boss together. Like World of Warcraft, I'm sure you get that all the time. And there's PvP, right, in World of Warcraft?
Yeah.
So there it is.
Consensual. I like when there's non-consensual PvP. Personally, like Ultima Online was the most hardcore MMO where you just walk around, someone just walk up and murder you.
So Diablo 2. This game had it all. It had player versus player. Like you can join someone's game and go hostile against them and straight up like go kill them. I mean, it is an older style. It was a click and shoot, click and walk. Really old style. But there was something about being able to run a clan. I saw someone ask me what clan it was, and it was Slayers of Zakarum, or Zakarum. I don't remember exactly how it was pronounced, but it was SOZ, and then anyone who joined my clan would have to create a new character. Yeah, I had like 40 people in my clan.
Did you start the clan?
I did, yeah. So it was
I did
pretty
that with
cool.
Ultima. I had a guild.
Nice.
You learn a lot. I think
do.
about responsibility, about interacting with people. I mean, a lot about
being a leader.
Coordinating. People will build websites. I mean, it's very real. It is real, even though it's a video game. It's a type of reality. So it was early on, 10, 15 years ago, I don't think people realized how integral the games were becoming. But I learned a lot from my Guildmaster times.
Yeah, it's no surprise to me that esports are massive. Of course, because you don't have to be physically fit to play sports or to play esports. You can anybody can be part of a game because anyone can pick up a controller and it's all hand-eye coordination. That's it. That's all it is. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to be physically fit, but you're engaged. You're in a group. You could be. I mean, most games that are out there are either PvP based. Fortnite. Why is Fortnite so awesome, explosive? Because it's free for one. Anyone can just download and start playing.
That is interesting.
Well, because they get you by buying
hats and stuff.
Just stupid skins and it's like, and I can't stand that.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it. They just get you by, getting a free game but it's PvP.
But it's free. That's
it's
interesting.
Free that you get it, and then all of a sudden you're playing and you're like, oh, you know what? I'll pay $10 for this character that you can't even get unless you pay $10. Or you can pay $20 for getting a skin. Now I'll say I gotta say I've never played Fortnite, and I won't. I see a lot of people are asking about super chats. I cannot have super chats yet because I don't have the correct amount of hours because we just started. So we're gonna do so smash that like button. I see we have more likes than viewers, and that is just seriously though.
That's a good ratio.
You guys are it's the best ratio you can get, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's
it
almost doesn't even make sense. Oh, here, you know what?
You mind if I spin this? I've never spun it before. And Tim had that when he went to Mr. Rogan's house.
Okay.
And
I have some bad news.
Fate would have it,
I have some bad
the
news.
spinner
Doesn't work
has
anymore.
gone off into space.
Oh! AdamCast. That, it was like, it felt my touch.
Oh.
And it was like, I got you.
All right.
I give you the TimCast IRL UFO spinning gun.
I'm going to go right-handed.
By all means, have fun. Wait. No. You need this one. He's going to spin it. It's an AdamCast IRL first UFO spin. Now, if you haven't smashed that like button, you best be smashing that like button because this is a moment right here.
It spins just as well in person as it does on TV.
Right?
It looks really cool.
Well, we didn't. And we didn't
see it.
have the UFO for our show when we did AdamCast before.
This is hot.
I know, right?
This is one of the coolest props I've ever seen.
Man,
smash that like
smash
button.
it, smash it. All right.
One for the UFO.
So that's good. I mean, yeah. So what else is there even to say about Dark Souls? So, I guess I can get a little bit more in detail with some of the things that I really, really like. So it has a weight system. All right. So if you have a big, huge hammer and you're a strength build, which is a good, it's a good strategy. The hammer probably weighs like 30 pounds, and it shows. You walk slower, you fat roll, you go to dodge, and it's like, blonk, you fall on the ground because you're carrying a 50-pound hammer. But if you swing that hammer and you pretty much one-shot everything, so it's like a trade-off, But if you want to be a dodger and dodging stuff, and you want to be really light or backstab people, which is it's great. A great way to do a lot of damage. It makes it more realistic, and there's something about the realistic factor of Dark Souls that is not talked about a lot, and I love it so much. The feeling of killing another player. Honestly, it's amazing. Something so fantastic about it. I can't wait for. Did you see the PS5 reveals?
No.
You should check it out.
Oh.
So they revealed that they are doing a Demon Souls. I think it's a remaster.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't have the chat lined up before. Now I have it. Is it a remaster or a remake? I think it's a remaster. And that I'm asking about Demon Souls.
This will be a re-envisioning, not a remaster.
It's not a remaster.
That's what this is. And then the next one says Demon Souls Remastered. So
this is what I think. I think what they're going to do is they're going to remaster it, and then they're going to add a few things. They're going to add maybe a new gun. Sorry, not a new gun, a new knife.
This is a new mode.
A new
fractured mode.
Fractured mode.
Yeah.
Does it
let's see.
Does it have anything there?
Yesterday, Sony blew us away with the conference of. You want me to send this to you?
Fractured mode. Here, let me just. Fractured mode. I don't know much about this fractured mode. What is fractured mode? Here we go. I have a Reddit post. Let's see here. Let's just read it together here. So we got just Demon Souls Reddit. It says, from Japan Studio and Blue Point Games comes a remake of the PlayStation classic Demon Souls. This remake invites players to experience the original brutal challenge, completely rebuilt from the ground up and masterfully enhanced with a new fractured mode. In addition to beautiful shadow effects and ray tracing, players can choose between two graphics modes while playing. One focuses on fidelity and one focuses on frame rate, coming to PlayStation 5. So let's see. They had an unusual mode called True Death. Maybe it's that, which would be insane if it was permadeath.
Dude.
Okay, that scares me. Dark Souls with permadeath.
I would have been so sad.
Oh my!
I already felt like I was gonna vomit.
How many times have you died?
Probably like 5, 4.
Can you believe that?
I just assume I'm gonna die when I see a creature I've never seen before.
True Death. It says hardcore mode is described in the text dump. So it may be that they might have added a permadeath situation for Demon Souls. Dang. Now that is insane.
Dude, PvP can take your character away.
No, I would highly suspect they wouldn't add that. Like you wouldn't be able to invade someone who's playing fractured.
Can you invade
if it is permanent? You know what? I don't remember. It's been so long. I played Demon Souls first. When it first came out, I was like, this game looks sick. And I was obsessed. And then Dark Souls came out, and I was obsessed. Dark Souls 2, obsessed. Dark Souls 3, obsessed. I smashed that like button. I was that obsessed. Man, and then the remaster of Dark Souls 1 came out, and it reinvigorated it because 60 frames per second makes such a massive difference.
It really does. I started last night with Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, which is from '92, and it was hard to see. I think I was getting all the set, but like I couldn't tell the difference. Yeah, I was way too dark too. I did up the brightness of the game, which helps a lot.
Yeah,
but I couldn't tell the difference between like a zombie and the wall behind him. It was so pixelated. So I bought the remaster, and it is so much better. So 100%. Much easier to play. I'm not really a graphics guy. I try not to be. I'm not really a graphics guy. I go for story. Well, play. We talked about this a lot. I'm more about mechanics than anything.
Yeah, me too. Very much so.
Being able to identify the background and the enemies is key in this game.
Yeah.
Because it's so split-second decision-making.
It's true.
And
You really got to be...
I tried to kill that first boss, dude, with the broken sword.
It's not easy.
No, I gave up.
It's very difficult.
I'd still be down there working on him, I bet. It was so hard.
I mean, but you do get a special boss weapon. And that's another thing about this game. They thought about everything. Like, they pitch you against the first boss with nothing. You're like, all right, welcome to the game. And you're like, okay, you don't even have to fight the skeletons that you first see. You could just walk right past them because they're just like banging on the wall doing nothing. And you can walk right past them, go up the stairs, you see the bonfire. You go up through this door and boom, it's the first boss. And you don't even have anything. You just have like a broken sword. And it's like, you don't have to fight him. There's a door that opens, you can walk right past. And it's awesome. There's something so special about that. But you can fight him and you can kill him. And if you do, you get something special. And it's dope. But then you come back around and then you get all your stuff and then you jump down and like stab him from above. It's really cool. But then you kill him, but then you hear the stomping sound. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I have noticed that.
So that stomping sound is alluding to another boss in that same spot. Oh. So when you leave the area, right? Later on in the game, you can go back.
I'm glad because there's a locked door that I left behind and that makes me stay up at night, leaving
Oh yeah.
Oh, I gotta explore every corner, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If I can,
dude, I'm that same way.
It must be the master
key.
I
must unlock everything.
Yeah. Why else am I playing? I need to know.
I know exactly.
I guess you can watch YouTube playthrough footage now if you really need to see.
But man, there's something about that bugs me, because it's like they created the game for you to explore the game yourself, And From Software does such an amazing job of creating an amazing experience. Has anyone played Sekiro? Do you know about Sekiro?
No, I don't know anything about it.
And what about Bloodborne?
I've heard of it.
Okay, so these two games are arguably better, if not possibly, they might be better than Dark Souls. Yeah, I honestly, they might be. Bloodborne is, man, it is fast. It is visceral. It is bloody. It's, man, how do I describe Bloodborne? It's like Orwellian, but man, I know you guys are out there going, I love Bloodborne. Who loves Bloodborne? Sekiro. I see some Sekiro in the chat. Sekiro and Bloodborne, they're both so amazing. They capture what we've been talking about, the realism, the fast-paced action, the experience of every single thing you find, the co-op. Well, Sekiro actually is not, there's no multiplayer in Sekiro, but Sekiro is, you're basically an undead ninja. I forget the word that, it's not a Ronin, it's like man, it's going to bug me. What am I thinking of? Oh, someone's saying I need to learn how to pronounce Japanese.
That'd be awesome.
Well, I don't know how to. It's always been Sekiro to me. So, is it Sekiro? Maybe?
That sounds better.
Is that better? Sekiro? I don't know.
He speaks Swedish.
Listen, it's amazing. Lovecraftian. Maybe that's what I'm. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Steampunk.
A Lovecraftian mod on RimWorld last night.
Do you like that kind of environment?
Yeah.
Play Bloodborne.
Oh.
If you like Dark Souls, I like the feeling of what Dark Souls is. It's like a Metroid Castlevania style map, lots of old runic castles and magic spells. So the Bloodborne is Lovecraftian, steampunk. There's guns and cool, crazy weapons there's like a cane that turns into a whip. I don't know. It's a very cool world. And the action is so different. It is so different than Dark Souls. And it's faster. It's bloody. It's really awesome.
Did I ever ask you if you played Arcanum? Have you played Arcanum?
Man, it sounds familiar.
It looks like Baldur's Gate. It plays like Baldur's Gate, top down.
And Baldur's Gate's kind of like Diablo in a sense, right?
Isometric.
Very simple. Okay,
that top-down view.
Yeah, I like those kind of games.
Turn-based combat, but it's steampunk. In the environment there's magic and there's technology, and they interfere with each other. So like elves that are these magical beings can't get on the train. It's like 1840.
Yeah.
And because the dwarves are building these trains, and they like break the train if they get on it. So if you play as an elf, they're like you can't use the train in the game.
Oh wow.
I love the steampunk.
That's kind of cool.
Concept. Maybe because it's so
you would
recent.
love Bloodborne then.
Like things that turn into gun, like an umbrella that turns into a whip. Is that what you call it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah. Bloodborne. I mean, yeah, and it is. I know people love this Bloodborne. Oh, people are shouting out Arcanum. I guess
Arcanum
check
is
it out.
so good. It's dated, so until they
I'll
release a remaster, I would imagine.
Maybe. Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Like 98 or something.
You know, let's talk about that a little bit. You know, we are in the age of just remasters and remakes, and you know, and that's why I love From Software. You know what they're working on right now?
No.
I don't know how many people know about this. There's a game called Elden Ring. Now, we don't know much about it, but we do know that the guy who wrote Game of Thrones, who is it, J.J.R. Martin?
Martin, yeah.
Martin. He's working directly with From Software and making a game. He's creating the story with them, and they are making a game called Elden Ring. And I am so hyped for this game. I mean, we don't know much about it, but I know one thing. From Software makes amazing new IPs. They create something new, and the guy who made Dark Souls, he is so over Dark Souls. Dark Souls fans, sorry, we're gonna get Demon Souls, and that's gonna be it, the remaster, and we're not gonna get any more from the Souls series, which I'm okay with. Honestly, I'd rather get Bloodborne 2. I know you agree with me. Don't you want Bloodborne 2? I know you do. Don't you want Sekiro 2? I know you do. I'm telling you, I do. Oh man,
Yeah, I want to play Sekiro.
Sekiro is beautiful. Look it up right now, so you can get a kind of a view of it. You're kind of like this Bushido ninja. I want to say some BA. You know,
What's that?
A bad AS.
Oh, you
something.
sure are.
You know what I mean?
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Shadows Die Twice.
I've heard of
Man,
this.
when we first saw it, it looked awesome. Momo says, Adam, my dude, check out Mortal Shell. Do you know about that game,
No.
Mortal Shell?
Have you heard of it before?
No, I have no idea. We
Look
want
it
to
up.
check that out real quick?
Yeah.
Mortal Shell. So yeah, I don't have super chats because we don't have enough hourly, I don't know, view hours tagged. You need, I guess, 4,000 hours tagged. And actually, I got to give you all some thanks because all of you here, wow, I see 2.1K likes and 1,500 concurrent viewers. Thank you. You guys are awesome for being here, for giving the like button a smash, and for being here. Yeah, I really appreciate that. So yeah, Mortal Shell.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
What is it like?
Well,
What
the
do you
first
got?
thing it said is that it's a ruthless and deep action RPG that tests your sanity and resilience in a shattered world. I should just look at video gameplay footage.
Or just images, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe you should pull it up.
Shinobi.
machine.
Yes, that's the
I
word I
remember
was looking for.
Shinobi.
Thank you, chat. You guys are great.
What is that, like a ghost of a ninja or something?
Sekiro won Game of the Year. I didn't know that it did, but I'm not surprised at all because that game is so good. I gotta be honest with you here. You guys are gonna be really upset with me. I haven't told anyone this. This is the first time I've muttered these words to anyone. All right, don't get mad. Don't get too mad. I never beat it.
You never beat Sekiro.
I never beat Sekiro.
I'm containing my rage.
I can't. I said it
Why did you not beat it?
because it's so hard.
Oh, wow.
Listen, no. The reason why I never beat it because I was in a state of moving at the time, so I couldn't. You got to be immersed to be like even Dark Souls. Like
Yeah, it feels like
it's
that.
not an easy game. Bloodborne, I beat all the Dark Souls, Demon Souls. I beat. I've never beaten Sekiro, and I need to play it. Yes, I know, Vincent. I know. Yes, you're right.
What Vincent said.
Whoa. I am not a poser. Just because I didn't beat Sekiro doesn't mean.
Dude,
You know what? You know what I should do? I should stream me
Yes.
playing that game.
Wow.
How many people would want to watch me play Sekiro and actually beat it? Ian's over there raising his hand.
For sure. I'd sit in on that.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start streaming games. I did a post. I said which one should I play? And Dark Souls 1, the first one, won out of all the
And you
games that
started.
people
So
suggested.
you've restarted it with your buddy. You said you played.
I did start playing a couple days ago, but he's getting back into Doom Eternal.
Oh,
and
same guy.
Same guy.
friend?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
my homie and I actually just started playing with another one of my homies who's probably watching right now. What up, Josh? I know you're watching. You're a boss. You've been watching. You're great. And people are saying cancel Adam. Yeah, but see, if I beat it already, then I wouldn't be able to have this wonderful story right now that I'm gonna like start playing. People want to see me fail.
Yeah. It would be cool.
Chris Holmes says Adam hasn't beaten it yet. See, he gets me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, thanks for showing up, buddy. I appreciate you. You've been around since the beginning of TimCast IRL, and I appreciate.
Is it the kind of game you didn't want to beat because you liked it too much and you didn't want it to end, or you were just too busy?
I was just too busy, and then I forgot what game. See, the thing is about games, I will always prefer the game that my friends are playing. I love playing with my friends. And honestly, the more I research life, the more I'm doing TimCast IRL show, the more I'm spending a lot of my time furthering my mind and researching everything, watching documentaries, watching, critical thinkers talk about everything, reading books, and that's pretty much been my life. So gaming has been a really, really pushed to the side. I don't get me wrong, I'm a gamer. I love games. I will probably always be a gamer. But unless I have a friend that I'm playing with, I'm not really interested anymore. So there's something about Sekiro, I have to, it's a solo game. There's no multiplayer. So you got to play it by yourself. So I feel like streaming it will actually make me love it more because I'll have people hanging out with me, and you guys will, be watching me die a bunch. Yeah,
it'll be those screen caps of your face the moment.
Just like, I love death, smash.
Zooms in on your face.
Yeah, exactly. I'm. The game is tough, man.
So how does it play? Do all these free? What is it? The company called
From Software.
From Software. Are all the games similar in play style?
They use a lot of the same like motion. Okay, so they created. That's why it's called like a Souls-like game, because there's something that he created and it's the movement system. It's like the way the character walks forward and attacks, and the realism in it, and then the enemies that attack you. There's something about it that makes it so smooth and flawless. And that's why Bloodborne was amazing. That's why Sekiro.
Yeah, I got it now.
I got to look up how to actually say it, because now I feel like a bunch of people are.
Sekiro sounds very Japanese, but is that horribly racist or ignorant of me to say? I don't.
Why?
Understand.
Why would it be?
I don't know. Because
you know what?
Yeah, that.
Why would you care?
Perfect.
Why does it matter?
Sekiro.
So cultural appropriation. That whole thing. It's like
one culture.
Do you guys know Steven Crowder? Dude's hilarious. And he had a cultural appropriation month or something like that. And he was like, it's not cultural appropriation. It's cultural appreciation. And I love that. I love that so much, because what's wrong with appreciating culture? What's wrong with saying that's awesome? Like, I want to emulate that. It's an honor.
Like, I want.
That's how I look at it.
With human. And I want to belly dance. I want to do these things from around the world. I want to. I want to learn.
Just picturing you
Kung
belly
Fu.
dancing. Is it funny?
Yeah, I know. I haven't done it lately, ever.
Wait. I don't know. I don't know if they got that.
I'm just getting started. Jam sessions later.
Yeah. So I love it. I love it when there was the girl that wore like a geisha dress for graduation, and people were so offended. All these people were like, "How dare you watch? That cultural appropriation!" And someone went out there and was showing like the people who act the actual geishas, and they were like, "What do you think of this?" And every single one of them was like, "Oh, that's amazing. She looks beautiful. That's amazing. We are so happy to see our heritage spread around." So none of them were upset. It was only the people that were upset for someone else, and that's how we got here. That's where we're at right now.
That's the signal. Virtue signaling is what they call it, where you're upset for someone else, but you're assuming that they feel like
virtue signaling now has this like big encompassing. It's like it's not just being offended. It's also making a post or making a statement of what would you? I don't know, like
being a
waving.
Hero. People want to be a hero, and that's
you're
a way
absolutely
to
right.
feel like one. Maybe,
and that's why games are so important, because people want to be that hero. In Dark Souls, the story is I don't really actually remember the full story of Dark Souls because I'm like you said, like I really love the mechanics of the game. Like I just want to get playing. I just want that feeling of fighting.
So the story I think is there were these 4 ancient gods that are brought back, and they fight these dragons, and they end up, one of the dragons betrays the other dragons.
Seath.
The scaleless one. I think they call him. And then they kill the dragons, and that's kind of how the game leads you in, and you're this dead creature that's like...
Yeah, and they kind of took over the world and then burned it all out.
Have you played God of War?
I played the original one.
I think
the first ever
was that game inspired by Dark Souls. All these games with these big bosses.
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if the original game was based off of it, but the newest one, I think it's simply called God of War again. Everyone was telling me to get it. I started playing it. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's a solo game. So when I play these games, I'm just kind of like, oh, this is cool. All right. Oh, my homie just hit me up. Like he wants to jump on Destiny 2, or he wants to play Dark Souls, or Doom Eternal. Final Fantasy 7 is nostalgia to the max. Like I was giddy the entire way through that entire game, and I beat it, and I put the controller down, and I was just like, wow, like that was awesome.
Did you beat all the weapons again? Did you go full hog?
So there's I think it's going to be 3 episodes. So the Final Fantasy remake is only Midgar.
Oh god.
So you go through Midgar, and I beat it in about 40 hours, and that's exploring everywhere, everything, because I'm like you. I got to explore all the rooms. I got to like go around the edge like a maze just to explore it all, just to make sure I got everything. And then so I beat it in about 40 hours total. And then I started going back, and there's a hard mode where you can't use items.
Oh right, yeah.
No items.
That's cruel.
So it changes the game. You have to actually like use your magic sparingly, appropriately. There's these boxes that are around that you can break and get MP back, but I don't know. I loved that game, but it was the nostalgia that brought me into it. So it wasn't like another game like God of War, for example. It's hard for me to get into it because my mind, the more I want to use the term red-pilled because I have been. I've opened up my mind to the world, and I'm married and I want to have kids someday, and it's kind of like all coming out now, and I'm like, I can't sit comfortably and just game by myself and escape, if you will, like I used to be able to, because I was ignorant of the goings of the world. So now that I'm aware of it, I can't comfortably just escape because the wheels are turning in my head. So I'm thinking about stuff. I'm trying to figure out like how we move forward. So and that's why when I'm with a homie, we're chatting. We're talking about my friend's life. Whatever. We've been friends for 20 years, a long time. So it's cool. I'm catching up. We're doing things together. It's a whole different story. And so co-op games are so important to me now. So it's hard for me to even get into it. That's honestly why I never beat Sekiro, because it wasn't multiplayer. If it was multiplayer, I would have beaten it hands down, probably 100 times. Because my number one friend that I game with is equally obsessed with From Software, just as much as I am. So he plays Dark Souls still. I see him on. He hits me up. He's like, "Yo, Dark Souls, let's go fight people," because we can. You can go into an area where if you're just there, you get invaded, because there's a covenant that will just invade you. It's the forest, all right? And if you go into the forest and you just stand there, someone's going to invade you within like 2 minutes. So him and I will go in there and we'll just like walk around, and we'll get invaded, and we'll just have these battles. And sometimes more people will invade. So it's 2v2 or 2v3, and we have the best time. It's so much fun. Like, because the mechanics are so fluid and fun, it makes it a blast. But I'm having a blast with my buddy, and that's really it.
In so many ways, because you learn mechanically how to interact with another human. It's like you're playing catch with someone, and you're building up your hand-eye coordination.
And we're beating other actual players,
like helping
other humans.
Right.
So there's that. Yeah, there's that. Like, my camaraderie. My friend and I beat that actual person, and that, like, Sekiro, as amazing as it is, the graphics are bonkers beautiful. It's like walking through, like, ancient Japan, climbing up on buildings, it's a beautiful game. It's amazing. And I honestly, I'm actually really excited to stream it and have you guys, watch me play it because it'll be like I'm hanging out with people instead of just being by myself. So I think it'll be great. Someone asked do I do Dark Soul fight clubs? Kinda. I mean, that's what we would do is we would go to the forest and actually just wait for people to come. And if they beat us, they get like a token for their covenant. So it's always fun. And if we lose, it's like, all right, whatever. It's not the biggest deal.
You just spawn back in and go back to the forest?
Yeah, you just spawn back in. You have to turn human because if you're not human, you can't be invaded.
Does it take a long time to turn human?
No. It's instant, but it uses humanity.
Right.
Which is a physical item that you can get soft human. I mean, that's a whole nother side of the game, which you'll figure it out. But
walk through.
The essence of it is if you're alive, you do more damage. You have more hit points. You can take more damage. And you can summon people and you can get invaded. If you're dead, then you can't summon people, you can't get invaded, and then you're weaker and you have less hit points. But it does, you can get through the level without being bothered. So but it's always better to be human. Always better to be human because you do more damage. It's a significant difference. All right. So you want to be human. You want to be alive.
I kind of want to play the game solo.
You should. But here's something that you can do though.
Stream it
you can praise the sun.
That I do every day.
Praise the sun. Well, that's actually a Dark Souls reference.
Oh.
And you'll learn it because there's this guy. He's the Knight Solaire, right? That's his name. And you meet him and he gives you this soapstone and you can write your name on the ground. Well, it's just a sign on the ground. You put your sign down, and then it shows up in everybody's world who's human and who can summon someone who's also there. They'll see it. It'll pop up, and then they go over, and you can get summoned into their world and help them beat the boss. So even if you don't summon people for help, you can get summoned into their world and help them.
That's a good intro to multi.
And then you can learn the boss because you can help them beat the boss.
Right.
And learn the level a little easier.
If you and I were running through it, it would be boring, almost boring for you because I'm like going slow.
Yeah, but helping people is so much fun because if you die, you just go back to your world and you don't lose anything. Okay. So everything you gained. Oh, nice. So it's cool. It's like, it's fun. I could ramp about
and I think you
Dark Souls for a long time.
4,000 hours.
I don't. Oh no. Well, I don't know how many hours we're hitting right now, but we've had a lot of people that have been hanging out with us.
So to get super chat, we need 4,000 hours of watch time.
Yeah.
It was like already at 1,000 hours, 800 or something.
And that's because I uploaded the Tesla episode.
Right.
That we did.
Good
and for those who don't know, there's one other video that's on my page here, and that's when we took over the TimCast IRL show. And we talked about Nikola Tesla. Awesome man, incredible. We talked about some of the experiments that he never actually came out with, like the earthquake machine. Yeah. I don't remember some other stuff, but it's cool.
Vibrated.
We kind of veer off a little bit with some crazy conspiracies of like the pyramids and I love it.
You saw that? I sent Adam a link. I'll actually tweet it to you too. You can actually see the Great Pyramid. You tweeted it?
Oh yeah. Well, no, I didn't tweet it, but I saw your post.
Dude,
and I
cool.
checked it out.
So it's like
Go ahead, tell him.
A slideshow of going into the Great Pyramid of Khufu's tomb. I think is what it is. I think it's a Great Pyramid. And
I don't think it's a pyramid.
I've never been to Egypt.
Khufu's tomb. I don't know.
Okay. Well, this was Khufu's tomb, I think.
Yeah. It was Khufu's tomb.
It's just like a 30-degree descent down into basically the tomb. And
yeah, it's cool.
For someone that has never been to Egypt, if you want to see hieroglyph, it's there. The technology.
It's so beautiful too. The colors.
Weird.
It was dope.
What were they think? What was that? The stories on the walls.
I mean, we should do some deep dives in that.
Yeah.
So on that, let me just shout out to everybody. Follow Ian Crossland. He's on Twitter. He's on YouTube. You can find him. Hit him up for stories about AdamCast, which is now going to be a Saturday show. You can follow me, Adam Crigler, on Twitter, Instagram, Parler, YouTube, and hit me up. And we're gonna be doing deep dives. I'll say it.
We want to?
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday. Like, who should we do a deep dive on? Are you on Parler?
Tell me about Parler because I was out of town while you guys all started up.
So Parler is essentially when people get banned from Twitter for being too right or too not in the narrative of what the left wants you to when you get a little too critical thinking and whatnot, they ban you, and then everyone goes to Parler now.
Is it parlor or parlay? The French word for talk.
So this is, people have been arguing about this, and even in the comments whenever we talk about Parler, everyone's like, that's not how it's pronounced. The CEO of Parler said it's Parler.
Okay.
And you parlay, you send out parlays on Parler. And I know the way you say it, it's not technically the way it is, but that's how it is. It's Parler, and you parlay on Parler. But the thing about Parler is you're held accountable for your own what you post, and it's in the TOS. People were like, whoa, look at this, like you could be sued for what you say, and like they can't. And it's like, okay, so don't say anything illegal. Don't. And then another thing people are upset about, you have to have a phone number. You have to give your phone number, which I gotta say, I kind of like it, because I have one phone number. I'm not going to run into a lot of bots, because you need a real number, and you need to actually confirm that your number is your number.
Two-factor authentication, and they can text you when you sign up, so they know it's not a fake.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
So I don't know, something nice about that, and I don't mind. And honestly, I've been pretty vocal about my standpoint of who I am and what I believe, and people are already coming up to me saying that they've been unfollowed from me, and they were like, hey, I refollowed you, like, because for some reason Twitter, even Lydia, actually, for those who don't know, Lydia is the wonderful producer who handles Timcast IRL, and she hit me up. She came over to me after the show. She was like, hey, I'm not following you anymore. Like, what? A lot of this, we follow a lot of the same people, and a lot of people follow us, so she saw my posts, but then realized that after the episode, because I don't know, it came up or something, and now, you know, I think they got their eye on me.
That's weird. I was telling them earlier.
And whatever. What am I going to do? You know, am I going to change what I'm going to say? Right. No way. No way.
I worked at Mines for a long time, like doing administration and design and stuff. And one of the problems, every once in a while, we do like a data migration.
Okay.
And when the information would get transferred, people would get unsubscribed from other people. Like you get like 16,000 people would get unsubscribed. It was really annoying, and we wouldn't even know why it would happen sometimes. But, and you'd have to rectify it, go back and find the code. And people would comment and be like, "They're out to get me. They're on to me. They're disconnecting me." So it's possible that there was like a tech hiccup, but also, I don't know, man. It's proprietary software, so
I mean,
people could be just pushing buttons.
There was a video of me that was going viral on Facebook. I mean, it's still floating around. People still tag me, and they're like, "Yo, look, this that video." And me and Tim had a heavy episode talking about the state of things, and he blew up. He dropped some swear words. It was a heavy episode. Awesome though. We really push each other in the best way in that sense, you know, to critical think, but we're friends. So, you know, it's not like a battle, you know, and he pulled some stuff out of me. Like I said some stuff, and we were discussing how, you know, the Dems and China and different things. And I said, I'm voting for Trump. And they were like, this is what the video was going viral. And it got 2 million views on Facebook, deleted. Someone else posted it. 2 prominent people posted it. And then suddenly that got deleted. And then all of a sudden my posts on Facebook stopped getting likes and stopped getting comments. You know, not that is the part I care about, but I was getting interactions, and then suddenly I wasn't.
Yeah, that's blacklist. I wouldn't be surprised.
So I'm fairly certain I'm on their list of people that they don't like, because I'm very clearly waking up, and very clearly paying attention, and being very vocal about it. And I won't stop. I'm not going to change.
I think you're there is a global banking industry. And I also think they might be using nations against each other to make sure that they stay on top, and that it's all one party. You know, the military, I don't know if it's the liberal economic order, the global military industrial complex, the Democratic Party is like the front. I don't know, but it seems like the way that they've been.
Dude,
Clinton sold us out.
Democratic Party are scary, man.
Yeah, Clinton transformed it into a business party.
You're right. That's a good point.
And ever since,
and international businesses, it's not America anymore. It's selling our. I mean, we don't make our own medicine.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I told you this earlier. You didn't know this.
Yeah, it's wicked.
It's scary, isn't it?
That's bizarre.
Yeah, for those who don't know, we don't make our own medicine anymore. Nothing. None of our medicine is made in America. We everything is from overseas, and that's just medicine. I'm not talking about clothes. I'm not talking about furniture or name something. This pillow.
Yeah, really.
Someone sent me this pillow.
Food.
As much as I love this pillow, it doesn't say where it's from. It just says Mvency. I don't know what that is.
Shout out to Mvency.
No, because it's probably made in China.
Oh, is it made in China?
Well, I don't know, but
EMVENCY.
I have a feeling
Maybe it's a Chinese
made in
company?
China, you know? So it's, I mean, we outsource everything. So we got to bring that back. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to steer too,
Right.
this is TimCast IRL stuff.
Well, the graphene thing, I mean, maybe we can go into, because that's another industry.
Okay. Let's talk
someday.
about that. So this is dope. All right. I know we actually kind of talked about this on our other AdamCast. Why don't you explain what graphene is?
Graphene's a carbon. It's pure carbon, latticed hexagonally, and it's has incredible properties. It's like this one atom thick sheet of carbon that's structured with hexagonal lattice, so it looks like a honeycomb. And it doesn't exist really in nature. They found it when they peeled Scotch tape off of graphite, like a graphite pencil. It came out in the lattice shape in, like, I think 98 or something, or 2001.
That's how they discovered
and
it?
they won the Nobel Prize for
Wow.
it. And so they've been trying to figure out how to make it in a large scale. It's got these properties, like it's incredible, electrically conductive, more so than copper. It's more tensily strong than steel. It's more deformable, like you can crush it up more than paper. So you can make clothing out of it. It's so small that you can make food out of it. You can make touchscreen wallpaper out of it. Really, you can alloy it with like materials like cermats and other like nano metamaterials to make super strong, like metal alloys for like spacecraft, lightweight.
Right. But the best thing about it, though, right? This is my favorite thing about it. You can use anything to make it.
Yeah, it's pure carbon. So like
anything.
any trash.
All our trash, all our gunk that we need to get rid of, anything made of carbon, which is everything.
Pretty
Boom.
much. I
But
think
for
there's
the
other
most
like
part.
glass is silicon. I
But
think there's no carbon in
glass is recyclable.
Right.
It's one of the most recyclable things. Very easy to recycle glass. You know, so we don't need to worry about glass.
But like,
But all the rest of the stuff,
I mean, any non-metal basically is
metal also
metal or
is very
glass.
recyclable for the most part, you know.
So you take it and they call it flash graphene. You put it into like super high heat, I think it is, and then there's a couple ways to make graphene. There's a few ways to make graphene nowadays. Flash graphene was like, I think you bombard it with lasers at a certain frequency,
something like that.
and then
You sent me the study
yeah, it's on Twitter.
a while
I'll
ago.
bring that up for
Yeah,
a
it was
graphene
cool.
deep dive.
Yeah, it was cool.
And what I think we can do as the United States is start a new industry
I know.
and make that stuff, sell it around the
I
world.
mean, and it would be
Give it away
the
for
point
free.
if we can scale it up enough, we would have to go into like landfills and take this stuff out.
Yeah.
We would be able to actually invert it all and start using this trash that we've been wondering, what are we going to do with all this trash?
It'll actually become very valuable.
Right.
Recovered plastic is going to become worth a lot.
I know exactly. So that plastic island in the Pacific, they're going to go get that stuff.
Have I ever told you about my friend Richard? I gotta look up his last name. He
Tell me
lives
about
on
Richard.
a floating island in.
Wait, it's your friend?
Yeah, Richard Sova.
I know a few. There's a couple that does it, and then there's a man that does it.
It's the man Richard Sova.
I think I know who
He's
you're
so
talking
cool,
about.
man.
So you're friends with this dude?
We connected with him while we were in South America cleaning the plastic. I was
cool.
like, oh, he makes islands out of it. So we contacted him. He's like, I'm so down with what you guys are doing.
Did you go to his island?
No, I haven't been there yet. He's
But
got
you
three
got
of
an
them.
in.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
got one in I think it's in the southeast Pacific, off the coast of Mexico. He's got one, I think, in the what is where the Yucatan is, the Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, and then he's
Here,
got
you
a
got to
third
stop
one.
slamming on that because it transfers to the mic.
I'm gonna put it on the ground.
No, give it to me. I'll smash it.
I love it. Smash it. Hit it hard.
So if you haven't smashed the like button, feel free to smash it now because it really does help. And this is a new channel. And yes, Scott Welsh, I'm smashing this for you right now. Smash. Yeah. Smash.
I made
All right.
an orc
Enough smashing.
fighter in World of Warcraft. He was called Smashy.
Smashy. That's
I think
great.
he was an orc.
So I've had a great time. I wanna introduce you to a different side of Ian right now. Would you care to play a tune?
Well, let's rock.
Why don't you rock out a song?
let's do it, baby.
So Ian and I, we're gonna play some music. We're both musicians. This guy, he is a little older than me, but a lot of people are saying, "Oh man, Adam would do great in like '90s rock, alternative rock." Wait till you hear Ian play some music. All right, so we actually have to. I don't think the mic is plugged in. So bear with us a second, because we're gonna play some music right now. I don't actually even have my whiskey ready, but that's all right. No. I don't want to drink whiskey. That's a Friday night thing. And I want to hear you play some music. So it's gonna be cool. I've only heard him play a couple songs, and they're really good. So there's just great musicians around here. I love it. So, I love you too, Scott. Appreciate you. Yeah, and a lot of people are asking about super chats. I don't have super chats yet because this is such a new channel. And I got to thank you all for coming, because seriously, it's amazing to have you guys all here. It's so new that I can't monetize it yet. I guess you need, I looked into it, I was looking into it earlier today, and I guess you need 4,000 hours of watch time on the channel itself. Now, we had 1,000 already, and I started this a week or maybe 2 weeks ago. No, a week ago, I think. And I just uploaded the Tesla episode. So it was really cool to have that much, 1,000 hours already, which is really great. So I'm gonna turn the mic on for Ian over there. Ian, so do you see the box that's on the ground?
Yeah, I just flipped it on.
You know what? Is it? Did the light turn on though?
No.
Okay, so bear with us right now. I'm gonna leave. Actually, you know what I can do is.
I'm gonna come over there. Will you?
No. You're over. Just sit at the jam cam.
Okay.
All right. So there's Ian. He's gonna be jamming. I'm gonna turn the mic on for him. So bear with me. I'm gonna figure this out.
I think I'm gonna play a song called "Frequent Measure" that I wrote probably 2006.
No one can hear you yet.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. I wasn't saying anything.
All right. Mic's almost ready, guys. All right, I'm about to plug in the mic, everybody, so I hope you don't blow your ears out.
I hope you don't mind.
All right, can you turn the switch now?
Yeah. On. Light is on.
Okay, sorry about that if it hurt your ears. So Ian's about to play a song. Why don't you let me just hear you talking.
Hello.
Sing.
Hi. How's this? Hey guys. This is in 2006 called "Frequent Measure." At this point, it's probably my favorite song that I've written.
All right, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Can you just play a little bit? So I can
Excellent.
All right, have fun.
All right, here we go. I will build you a mountain out of your own words. I will build you enough to make you whole. So give me tools and show me where to start. The heart, the brain, somewhere in between. I love you, babe, but I can't go on. And all this time we spend away, it's torture, though I won't complain. How I see it through the haze, yeah. Phase out, phase in, and you see me standing, learning, dancing, handstands before long. But take a chance and dance and help me save the world. And you see me hanging out around the house, playing this song. Yeah. Grab an instrument and play along. Oh. And all this time we spent away, it's torture, broken hearts complain.
how I see through the rain. Breathe out, breathe in, and you see me shaking, bird quaking, grabbing at the reins. That train of thought has left the station, and I wonder where it goes. And you see me making love in danger, ain't no stranger to love. The frequency of love. Oh, I'll build you a mountain out of your own words. I'll build you enough to make you whole. I will take you someplace I know. I love you, babe, but I gotta go. And I'll let you know that you could make it any day. The sun will rise, so don't delay. Darling, words, they seem so great. Find strength within, and I see you wearing, showing, sharing pieces of your art. Get smart, don't pull apart the spaces that you're in between. And I see you standing, looking, caring about me. After all, my trust in you, I trust in. Oh yeah, here we go, baby. I trust in you. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh here we go. Oh. Thank you, Adam. Woo! Thank you, guys.
Dude, everyone's lighting up too, man.
Oh, holler.
You wanna play another one?
Yeah, sure. Let me tune it up real quick. I think the E went out. That is a beautiful song. I can't wait to record it with you guys.
I think you would all be. I think you guys wouldn't mind if he played another one, right? I'm gonna. Why don't let's have him play another one.
A little twofer.
Smash that like button.
A little hot twofer action.
Follow. There we go. Follow me on all my stuff. Twitter, Instagram, Parler, YouTube. I got my own channel. I don't just post up whatever. Follow Ian. He's over there, but that's his thing. Ian Crossland. You can see it there, and follow him up on Twitter. And what else are you on?
I do have Instagram. I'm actually called
Instagram?
Worship Crossland on Instagram.
What is it?
Worship Crossland.
Okay, so that's
I couldn't get Ian
Worship
Crossland. It was already taken.
And you can follow him over there, and he'll
YouTube.
probably get a Parler, probably. So
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna let him jam another one because why not? It's Saturday night, and this is
Hell yeah,
AdamCast
dude.
IRL, and that's what we're.
What you feel?
That's what we do.
Upbeat, slow, grainy.
Oh, dude, how do you feel?
I kind of want to do this one.
Oh, you should do that one then.
Yeah. Your name is calling me still like a bad day. I'm going through hell, never need me. Will I run away, then you'll feed me. Placid mistake, and you give a little bit on weight. And you'll find another way to me embrace. And you see me go, and you might need to know, well, another way. Your right back the door, 'cause they're carefree. For ignorant whores, and they don't see that. They're driving me mad, letting monsters under the bed. And you're tugging at the sheets, pulling out the keys to lock them down. They'll be climbing up her legs, driving everything that's left around. Yeah, you're a master with words, they say. Get on back to the holes, they shrink. Yeah, wait. And you see me another day. Birds and squirrels merely point you away. See them pairs, well, they're lining up, climbing down. Yeah, run the race, 'cause clearly the time is now. Oh, yes, to the right. Yeah, baby.
All right, so listen, what is the name of that song?
Find Me with Words.
Okay, and what was the name of your first song?
Frequent Measure.
Frequent Measure was the first song, everybody, and someone was asking because they're making timestamps for us, which is dope.
Most badass.
I really appreciate it. I saw that comment. I lost it because a lot of people are saying stuff, but man, I appreciate everybody for being here, for one. Really cool. I'm going to go play a song now.
Hell.
I'm going to play a song. You want to come over here?
Def. I'll sit in the driver's seat for a minute.
Yeah. Come sit in my spot. I'm gonna go jam a song. Because, this is my show.
What you doing?
I have no idea.
Find out. Hi, guys. I got to get some equipment first. I'm going to put the headset on.
All right, so when I start playing, just turn that one down a little bit, because that's this mic. And then
This mic?
Yeah, your mic is off. So just turn that one down. Headset on. All right. What up? So all last night, everyone was like, move the mic forward. Move the mic. Come on, move the mic. So I moved the mic forward because I pay attention to you guys, and I appreciate it. Did you just tune it?
I did, but you might want to give it another.
Dude, you are rocking it, man.
Oh, I was feeling it. This is the right environment to rock.
You're not supposed to upstage me. This is my show.
Just getting started, baby. We're going to start a band.
Dude.
We already started it. The music's going to change the world.
I don't even know what to play right now.
Best song.
That was good. This one's called When Will She Learn? Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. What does the moon mean to you? Some questions aren't meant for you. What do you see when you dream? Are you stuck dreaming of him? Which door would you open if you were allowed to? Will he ever be satisfied without you? Well, she's lost before. Now she'll never let her heart break anymore. Well, shields up defensive position. Oh, call her what you will, I'ma call her a mission.
Good luck to the next guy who's gonna break down her walls, 'cause I know she would rather die than have her heart broken once and for all. Well, she won't budge, whoa, why? She's got a grudge, 'cause she has played all the games, oh so now she walks away. She walks away. Is this too soon for you? Well, maybe he feels the same way as you. Oh, but what if the connection is mutual? Oh, well, that's hard to believe, 'cause it's so unusual. Yeah, yeah, you gave in to him even though your friends told you not to. And the game begins again, and now he's got you. Well, she's lost the war. Now she'll never let her heart break anymore. Well, shields up defensive positions. Oh, maybe this time she's learned her lesson. Well, good luck to the next guy who's gonna break down her walls, 'cause I know she would rather die than have her heart broken once and for all. Well, she won't budge, whoa, why? She's got a grudge, 'cause she has played all the games, and now she walks away. She walks away, yeah. What does that moon mean to you? Oh, when he smiles, is he smiling for you? When will she learn? When is this girl gonna learn? Come on, girl, when you gonna learn? When? Man, this girl ain't never gonna learn. She ain't never gonna learn. When will she learn that tables can quickly turn? Always falling in too quick and always end up getting burned. Always keep your shields in positions. Oh, come on, girl, know him before you make that kind of decision. Well, good luck to the next guy who's gonna break down her walls, 'cause I know she would rather die than have her heart broken once and for all.
Thanks. Thank you. Oh, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. That's great. Matt,
What's that song called?
that is called "When Will She Learn."
That's great.
When will she learn?
I'm hearing harmonies all over that.
Yeah, that man, I like that. So my girl she's in Sweden right now visiting her family. I miss her a lot. This is a song that I wrote for her. It's called "Walking with You."
Took a walk tonight with my love, and all the cats are in the streets. Like us, they're trying to find a way home. Yeah, face life and land upon their feet. Talking about those little things that make you sing and feel alright, a natural high inside, like sunshine and rain, a fresh coffee to start my day. Well, I'm just glad I found my way home with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, but now I'm walking with you. Sun sets along the colonnade. All good dogs and bad are on their way. Like us, they're trying to find their peace of mind. Yeah, face life and its insanities. Talking about those little things
The little things that make you sing and feel alright, a natural high inside. Yeah, like sunshine and rain, a fresh coffee to start my day. Well, I'm just glad I found my way home with you. I've been walking it so long, now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, well, now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, well, now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, well, now I'm walking with you. And I felt it from the start, a connection from the stars. I've been walking it so long, now I'm walking with you. I've been walking it so long, well, now I'm walking with you. Now I'm walking with you. Thank you, Ian. And thanks everybody for showing up for the very first ever AdamCast IRL on the official AdamCast IRL channel. This is just the beginning right here. Just the beginning. Should I play one more?
Yeah, definitely. God, I love your music.
The whiskey says yes.
The whiskey never lies.
The whiskey never lies. Thank you, chat.
Fire, thumbs up, all the hearts for eyes.
Love you guys. This one's called Melancholy Hellhound. Well, I don't want your money, I just want some wine. Yeah, oh, life gets shitty. Oh, and then you die. Oh, welcome to the hearty. It always feels the same. Yeah, well, I find myself growing senseless. Oh, to the pain. Yeah, you stretch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end, you'll find me. Oh, well, I don't want your pity, and I don't want no lies. Yeah, oh, life gets shitty. Yeah, and then you die. Welcome to the hearty. Try not to lose your way. Yeah, it's like trudging through the muddy waters, oh, without faith. Yeah, you can scratch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end you'll find me. Oh, well, I still get the feeling, yeah, of judgmental eyes. Only difference being, it's just not worth my time. Yeah, 'cause I welcome all the hearty. Oh, it brings tears to my eyes. Yeah, those tears remind me I'm alive, alive. Yeah, I'll stretch and crawl to figure it out, but in the end it's just me. Woo!
Yeah!
All right, I'm gonna head back over. Woo! That was fun.
Here he come. God, that was awesome.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, rock and roll.
All right. Hello, everybody. Wait.
Hi.
Which one is this? Hello? Hello?
Oh, I might need to turn it back up. I turned it way down.
Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, you can hear me.
Hi.
It was the headsets. Woo! Well, hello. Thank you. You guys you're still here for us. Well, if you didn't smash that like button, y'all better be smashing it. No. Only smash it if you think we deserve it.
And also,
Dude,
smash
you
that
rocked it,
subscribe
man.
button. Oh.
You rocked
Yeah,
it.
it's your end, man. I'm feeling the confidence.
Yeah?
It's in the air.
It's in the air, man. You got to be confident.
Like and subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button so that you get notified when the videos go live.
You heard him. Look, where is it? I got a vein going. I was rocking it, dude. Well, you set the tone, man. You went over there and you were like, I'm just going to wail. I was like, oh, he's wailing. I got to wail.
Yeah. Like that when your stomach starts jittering and like everything gets elevated, you know, and then like, how did I hit that note?
Yeah.
I love that.
That was great. That was a lot of fun. So that was our show, everybody. I mean, I didn't actually think we would do a 2-hour show, but it ended up being a 2-hour show. It's about to be 10. Really appreciate all of you that are hanging out with us still. It's been a fun first show. I really had Mob Gnarly asked for me to play Hindsight. I will play it next Friday. We're done playing for the night, but thank you very much. I will stream some games. We are moving to a new location. We are not long for this studio, so we are moving. The whole TimCast crew is moving to a new location, undisclosed. I'm not going to tell you where it is, and it's going to be dope. We're going to have me and Ian might actually get our own studio set up underneath in the Cast Castle, as we're nicknaming it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I really appreciate you guys all hanging out with us tonight. And please subscribe. It really does help us out a lot. Tell everybody about us. And I'll see you on Monday because I am on the TimCast IRL show, 8 p.m. And feel free to tell everybody about how great we are.
Thank you, Adam, for this opportunity.
Wait, I can't hear you.
You've been ultimately awesome. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Sure, man.
For putting this together and keeping, dude.
Wait.
Thank you, everybody. You rock.
Here you go.
I think we got to fist bump this, dude. Thank you so much.
Smash.
Let's smash tap. Tap, smash.
Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you all. And cheers. Thanks everybody for hanging out. And I really appreciate all of you. So thanks a lot.